while we're doing this, let's add some of the butter. And the formula for adding the butter to the soups are all 2 ounces per quart. We're making a couple of quarts of soup here, maybe 2.5 quarts, so we'll put a little bit, about 3 ounces of butter, give or take an ounce. Directly whole, unsalted butter, which is what I recommend you buy for everything. We'll puree the butter at the same time we're pureeing the broccoli florets. I have a couple of big pieces. This soup is looking much better already. I have a couple of big pieces in here, minus the soup, that I can fit in here so we can get them pureed. This container is obviously just big enough to do this. Looks good. Now I'm going to give you a little comparison on the plate with what happens when you, quote, green the soup with the broccoli florets. You will notice, come down and see me, Richard, that one is really kind of fresh, colorful broccoli green, and one's kind of a different shade of green, okay? And this makes a big difference in the soup. Now, we're going to take this pureed soup, we're going to put it back in the pot. Now we're going to add the reduced cream, which is done here. See there? Now remember, you only need to add the amount of cream to the soup that will make the soup appear to be creamy. There's no exact formula for the amount of cream that's, quote, required, because there is no requirement for the amount of cream. It's a matter of taste, visual experience, and whether or not you think it has the right amount of flavor in it to whether or not it needs more cream. So don't get stuck on how much cream should I measure to put into the soup. Start taking some chances and pour a little bit and taste it and look at it, and you think you got it right, you're done. Okay, this soup is looking a little good. I'm going to throw the rest of the cream in. I think I got some room for that. Did you bring the walnuts over? Now, let's take a little taste test here first. Oh, this soup is nice. I love that blue cheese flavor in here. Let's get rid of that. Let's have another taste, just for the record. Wow, this is really good. And I'm not just saying that because I'm impressed with myself. I'm impressed with this food right here, I tell you. So the real question is, now, taking another look at the texture of the soup, as you can see, this could be considered perfect by some people.
Do that one more time, Chef.
Okay. This texture could be considered perfect by some people for a cream and broccoli soup. Okay. And I might call this soup a pinch too thick. So I'm going to, and I can take some regular straight cream, of course, and add it to it if I wanted to thin it out. I'm going to put just a little bit of stock in here. After making the hundreds and hundreds of soups that I've made, I'm always looking for that perfect texture. Sometimes I'll add 5 tablespoons of stock to it because I think the texture will be just right for it then, you know. This looks good to me now. All right, we're going to try. Louis, can you give me a white soup plate? We're going to try the soup in 2 different locations. We're going to try it in a white bowl, and we're going to try it in a colored bowl. In this white bowl here, or the colored bowl here, we're going to start with that one, okay? So let's make sure your soup is hot, of course. Let me taste this one more time. I have added no salt or pepper to the soup. Well, the Gorgonzola cheese has a little bit of salt in it too. This soup is really good right now. Thank you, sir. I'm going to add a pinch of salt here. And I'm going to add a little bit of our fresh, finely ground pepper. Let's just give that a taste. This is nice. You're going to like this soup. All right, let's start. Let's put a couple of bowls together. Let's put a little presentation together on the soup. Now, remember, having a warm or hot bowl is a very important part of sometimes doing this. So you want to, keep the soup, a little bit hot during the time that the person's eating it. Now we're going to take some broccoli florets. Let me have a tomato too, Louis. And let's sprinkle some around in that one. And we'll add our broccoli florets in one spot on the other one. You can you'll be able to see the difference then. And let's put a little bit of blue cheese for garnish on top of these two soups, like that. And that one we'll put right in the middle of the blue cheese. And we have a few walnuts here too. Broccoli and walnuts is certainly being a classic combination dating back 100 years. Little walnuts. Now sometimes, my recipe I think calls for candied walnuts too, and that's a real nice addition to it. Regular walnuts are fine. You can put toasted almonds on here, or pecans, or candied pecans, and so on. Notice how the soup is coming together. Now we're going to put a little pinch of parsley on here. Not much. Be careful with the parsley. And just for fun, as I said earlier in this demonstration about putting something a little bit red on the soup, okay? These soups are looking great right now. They don't need the red, and a little bit of red would be kind of fun. We're just going to cut a little bit of tomato brunoise with the skin on. Tomato brunoise, which you do have a video for, okay, is finely minced tomato. You have some nice diced tomato there. Make sure you cut that all the way through. It has a tendency to come off in one big diced square if you don't. All right. A little bit. Oh, there. That kind of sets it off a little bit. See? There you go. There's your cream of broccoli soup. Soups in this case. Well, two different presentations. One in a printed bowl and one in a white. White has a tendency to be the most used and really the best non-accent to accent the food on. I want to recap real quick before I end this particular lesson that this process that we went through for the cream broccoli soup, again, is consistent with multiple cream soup techniques and formulas, with the primary ingredient being changed. I hope you enjoyed this particular soup. I hope you make this and you like it.